travel widely always have places that they hold really, really dear in their hearts. I would like for you to tell us, of all of the places you have spent time, other than Hawaii and Chicago, what is your most prized memory, and why is that?
Not necessarily a good memory.
Yeah.
Before I lose some memory, I should get this out. I love Argentina. I think you're from Argentina. I love the north side of Chicago. Used to be the whole town. And I love South Bend, Indiana. But of all the places we've been, we've now been there 11 or 12 times. We love Italy. And I told my friends, and I get in trouble for this because I'm politically not correct, that Italy is just like France, all the charm and food and with nice people.
I have to agree with that.
And if anything else, you know you're giving me in trouble, right?
Any other? All right, let me share something. I actually met PT or Pat about a couple years ago, and it was actually through a mutual friend that we had. It was Admiral Joe, and I met him through because he was a submariner in World War II, and that's how I met Joe and the Admiral Joe. His first name Lloyd, but Admiral Joe Vasey. And talk about leadership. I think this guy was the epitome of leadership. And I had just the utmost respect for this guy ever since I met him. I mean, I met him at his 100th birthday party. And Pat.
That was Joe's, not mine.
Yeah. Patrick had put that all together, and it was just so fantastic.
I ordered 4 apples around.
Yeah, that's right. We did. We had Admiral Harris. Yeah. Oh, it was quite amazing. But through that relationship, I got to meet with Admiral Joe several times, and he would, in the way he had a very raspy voice, small voice, because yes, he was getting on in years, but he would share some of his experiences with me, and one of them really stuck out as a true example of leadership. And he was assigned, he was going to be a CO of a submarine. At the end, he was actually the XO of John McCain's dad's submarine. And he was going to be the CO of a submarine in World War II, but by the time his submarine came out, they had already, the war had already ended. But he was assigned to lead the grounding party in Yokosuka, Japan, and just orchestrate the turnover from the Japanese. And he recounted, they had ordered the Japanese, everyone to move. I think it was 500 yards or a half mile from the pier, no one down there. And they would go in and they would inspect all the submarines and everything that they left on the pier. Admiral Joe said, we would go down and he would have his guys actually hold his ankles and put him down the hatch, lower him down the hatch so he could look around, make sure it wasn't booby trapped. And none of them were. I mean, the Japanese did a very honorable turnover. And then one night, he saw a light in a building that was closer to the base than they were allowed to be. And so he mustered up a group of those probably Marines, but Marines with rifles, submarine sailors with pamphlets or something. But anyway, but they went and they stormed the building, opened the door, and there were several senior Japanese captains and commanders sitting around playing cards and drinking. And they looked at it and they each looked at each other kind of surprised. And the Japanese said, "Where have you been? We've been waiting here for days to surrender and turn over everything." But that all led up to the final one that I think really showed what a man Admiral Vasey was. And I usually cheer up when I usually cheer up when I talk about this story that he told me. But he went down to take the command. All the submarines had to surrender. He went down into a wardroom. The commanding officer offered him, sit down. You want to drink of whiskey? Do you want to wine? And Admiral Joe, being the shrewd guy he was, graciously accepted, but also thinking, I want to make sure that I'm leaving the submarine. So he had the commanding officer drink it first. And they did. But the key part was when Admiral the commanding officer then tried to give Admiral Vasey his command sword, which for them is their honor. It has a deep meaning to them. And Admiral Vasey refused it. Anyone else, I think, would have taken and said, wow, look at this. Look at this treasure I got from this Japanese period. What a souvenir for the war. But Admiral Vasey said, no. You have to keep this sword because this sword represents your honor. This sword is what you need to make sure that you can lead this team, lead your people back on the road to recovery. This sword has more meaning for you and for the whole Japanese Navy than it would ever have for me. And when he told me that, I just, I love the guy to death already, but after that story, I just floored. And so that's the kind of guy Admiral Joe was. And thank God he brought us together. But he had a great 100th birthday party too, so he knew how to do it.
Let's have a toast to Admiral Joe.
All right.
Admiral Joe, everybody. Admiral Joe.